case you missed out on major local and international news updates within the week, worry no more because we've got you covered. Join us every Sunday on Ugamatv for a complete highlight of important stories from Nigeria and around the world. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Ugamatv and on Instagram at Ugamatv1 for more updates. Our website at www.ugamatv.com for full news reports.
Hello and welcome to Top Stories on Ugamatv. We are reaching you live from the coal city, Enugu, Nigeria. Top Stories is when we bring you highlights of major events that happened within the week that you may have missed. And for this week's edition, we have quite a number of interesting stories for your viewing pleasure. And just before we proceed, do follow us on our social media handle on Facebook at Ugamatv, on Instagram at Ugamatv1, on Twitter at Ugamatv. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Ugamatv. You can also visit our website at www.ugamatv.com. Alright, just before we get into what we have for you for this week, let's take a recap of what trended last week. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Top Story on Ugamatv, and I am your host, Chidiogo Asuke. The first story that we have for you for this week. The Enugu State Governor, Barrister Peter Ndobisi Mba, has reinstated the administration's commitment to prioritizing the rights, welfare, education, security, and safety of children in the state. The assurances were contained in a press statement signed by the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on mainstream media, Dan Nwome, on Monday in Enugu to mark the 2024 Children's Day celebration. And the 2023 presidential candidate, Peter Obi, has addressed the possibility of a merger between the LP and the People's Democratic Party. In an interview on Neuro TV Global Black TV released on YouTube on Saturday, Obi also reacted to the prospect of being supported as a Southeast candidate in the 2027 presidential election by Atiku Abubakar. And the Imo State Police Command says its officers caught on camera extorting money from motorists along Owerri-Onitsha Express Road has been reduced in rank. The viral video shows the officer collecting money from drivers plying the road. A statement released by the command spokesperson ASP Henry Okoye on May 27 says the erring officer identified as Inspector Isong Osudwe, attached to the Counter-Terrorism Unit CTU Owerri, has been recommended for a reduction in rank after the necessary orderly room proceedings for exhibiting such a shameful act, an unprofessional act, while the supervising officer has been issued an official query for lack of supervision. 3 dead bodies, including the corpse of an 11-year-old girl, were recovered from the rubble of a collapsed mosque in the Mushin area of Lagos State. The incident occurred in the Apapa Ajao area of Mushin on Sunday afternoon during prayer time. And the federal government has suspended the Air Nigerian project indefinitely. Minister of Finance and Eurospace Festus Keyamo announced this at the ministerial briefing to mark the first year of the Tinubu's administration. He said the airline was never a Nigerian airline, but an attempt to use a foreign airline to pose as a Nigerian national airline. And the Nigerian House of Representatives is working to translate a basic science textbooks into major Nigerian languages. The chairman of the House Committee on University Education, Abubakar Hassan Fulata, made this known when he received a delegation from the German parliament on Monday, and the Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's led Executive Council has awarded 51 contracts worth 6.27 trillion naira for procuring, constructing and developing various infrastructural projects across the Federation in 8 months. The contracts awarded between October 16, 2023 and May 14, 2024, totaling 8 months, were allocated to facilitate the development of a wide array of infrastructural projects across critical sectors encompassing the construction of roads, bridges, train systems, and airports infrastructure. And the suspended Bauchi Central Senator Abdul Ahmed Nenge has been pardoned and recalled. Nenge was suspended for 3 months on March 12, 2024 for accusing the Senate of budget pardon. The recall process was initiated after a motion moved by Deputy Minority Leader Senator Abba Moro, who expressed regret on behalf of the suspended senator. And the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, has restated that the May 30th sit-at-home exercise across southeast Nigeria will be held as planned. IPOB has warned the management of Nnamdi Azikiwe University in Anambra State against holding its convocation ceremony on May 30th. It said the day has been selected by the group for its Biafran Remembrance Day to honor Nigerians of Southeast extractions killed during the 1967 to 1970 Civil War. And Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signed the National Anthem Bill despite the opposition from Nigerians. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio announced this on Wednesday during a joint session of the National Assembly. He also announced that the President would not address the House but only flag off the new anthem. And that's it for this week's edition of Top Stories. Don't forget to follow our social media handles on Facebook at Ugamatv and on Instagram at Ugamatv1, on Twitter at Ugamatv. You can subscribe to our YouTube channels at Ugamatv and visit our website at www.ugamatv.com so you can be the first to get notified of all our news stories soon as they drop. I still remain your host, Chidiogo Asuke, and until we meet again next week, bye for now.
When you think of online TV and radio, broadcasting, media consultancy, event coverage, event management and planning, there's no better name than Ugamatv. But that's not all. We're also into photo studio and coverage, equipment rental, news blogging, fashion and pageantry. We are at number 5/21 Chime Avenue, beside Open Sheraton Restaurant, New Haven, Enugu. Follow us on our social media handles: Facebook at Ugamatv, Instagram at Ugamatv1, Twitter at Ugamatv, website www.ugamatv.com. You can also send us email at ugamatv@gmail.com. Ugamatv, your one-stop media solution.